Do you ever just meet somebody and the first time you meet them, they're like your best friend? And then other people you meet and you just can't get the vibe to gel with you, and you're kind of wondering what's going on. Hey, I'm Cora Naylor, emotion co-practitioner. Maybe you wish you had a better relationship with your spouse or your partner or your parents, your kids, coworkers. Like I say, maybe like the new people that you meet. As Dr. Brad says in his book, trapped emotions can create a wall around your heart that can block you from living life to the fullest. Your subconscious mind uses the energy or trapped emotions to create a barrier or shield around your heart. Literally, it creates a wall of energy around your heart to protect it. When you have a heart wall, you're not able to give love as well as you might because the love energy that is in your heart cannot get out. This is what can make it difficult for you to have relationships with others that you want, or maybe you keep circling around and having the same relationships over and over. It might be because of that heart wall. The good news is that there is a way to release these emotions, get rid of that heart wall, and open you up to new things and new relationships. And you do that by using the emotion code. The emotion code is a process that allows you to release those trapped negative emotions. So if you're on with me live today and maybe have that one of those relationships that's just a little bit rougher than it should be, maybe, with your spouse, your brother, your cousin, whoever you're around, one of your coworkers, just drop a comment. And if you want at the end, I will do a quick session with you to release that heart wall. I know there was one woman that I worked with. She was a single mom, had not really intended to meet anybody. But after we released her heart wall, shortly after that, she ended up in a relationship that she totally was not looking for. And then I released a heart wall for a lady who was having a hard time with one of her coworkers. As soon as we released that heart wall, they got along a lot better. It's just a way to get you more connected with other people. So you might be wondering a little bit about, well, what the heck is this emotion code thing and how does it work? So there is a book, The Emotion Code, developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And this process allows you to release negative trapped emotions. So during your life, when you go through events, if you don't process those negative events, the emotions get trapped in your body like little balls of energy. And they pop up later when you're going to do something else. Trust me, I know. If you're trying to get out of your comfort zone, that's when your emotional baggage will pop up. So if you want to learn more about the emotion code, grab the book. You can read it. You can learn how to do this process and see how it goes from there. There's definitely, if you get certified, you go into more in depth about it. But I'll just go over quickly the steps of how it all works in case you're wondering. So the first thing we're going to look at is the emotion code chart, which I just have to grab here. So Dr. Brad developed this chart. You won't be able to see all of it on here, but you can look it up on the internet if you want to. So there are 60 negative emotions on here. Trust me, they don't sound good. Anxiety, nervousness, rejection, self-abuse, stubbornness, nothing that sounds good. So stuff that we like to get rid of. And it's divided into 2 columns and 6 rows. So we're going to go through a process to determine which of those emotions is giving you the challenge with whatever you're working on, and then you can release those. And the nice thing is we don't have to be together to do that. Most of the people I work with, we do via a video call. We can do it through an email or messaging. Anyways, so that's one kind of the cool things. But before we get started, I do need to get your permission. Sorry, I just got to grab a drink of water. These forest fires lately have been killing my throat. So if if you're an adult, I can get permission directly from you. If you want to work with your kids, I definitely need the parents. And if you've got pets, because we can do pets as well, they have emotions too. Especially if you're like me and you have a pet that came from, you don't know where they came from. So you don't even know what kind of stuff they've got on there from a rescue. So they have a lot of stuff that we can help them with. And then we just need the owner's permission for that. So in order for me to do the work from a distance, I do need to be your proxy. So your permission is just giving me the permission to be your proxy. So basically I'm doing the work on myself as if I'm you. So that's kind of a cool thing. And the way I do it is by using muscle testing. So if you're not familiar with muscle testing, you can look it up. There's a lot of different methods for doing muscle testing. There's like a sway method. There is a ring method. That's what I do. And that's basically taking your ring fingers, holding them together. And then when I'm asking the yes and no answer questions, if it's a yes, it just stays tight. And if it's a no, they just slip right through. So it does take a little bit of practice to do it. But once you do, it's pretty cool. And you can use it for a few other things too. You can't use it for predicting things necessarily, but you can help you sometimes with some minor decisions that you need to do, what to wear today, stuff like that. And I know a lot of people use it for vitamins. If you should be taking certain vitamins, your body kind of knows what you need. So when we get started, we just need to know the severity of your issue. So we'll just measure that. 1 to 10, what's the severity? Then we'll release some emotions around it. And then we'll check again, what's the severity? The emotions will come down. Sometimes it'll come down to 0 for today. Might not mean that it's necessarily all gone, but your body will only let you do so much in a day. So it's kind of like the onion, peeling the onion. Today you get 1 layer, and then you might have a little bit more. But there's some things that are like a one and done. Sometimes it takes a little bit more. And there, you can use the emotion code for all kinds of things, for fears, negative self-talk, anxiety, aches and pains, seasonal allergies, procrastination. There's so many things, bad habits, food cravings. All these kind of things have emotions attached to them. So once you can release those emotions, then those issues are just better able to heal themselves. So the way we get rid of those emotions is we use a magnet. And it doesn't have to be any super fancy kind of magnet. I actually just use my chart. My chart is actually a fridge magnet. So it can be any kind of fridge magnet. You can get a fancier one if you want. And then what I do is I will just swipe that 3 times over my head for each emotion. For if it's your emotion, if it's an inherited one, it might need a few more. If it's absorbed from somebody else, it might need a few more. So I'll use the muscle testing to determine that part of it. And that's going over the governing meridian that goes from your nose all the way down the back of your spine. So once you swipe over there, that just releases everything out into the open, and it dissipates that energy, just like if you're getting rid of the magnetic strip on the back of your credit card. So you want to make sure that you're hydrated for doing this. That just helps the energy to flow better. And that's how it works. So it's pretty easy. It sounds kind of odd, but it works pretty good. I did have a few people I've done sessions with just doing one food craving, and they are amazed by how quickly we can release that craving, and you don't even feel like you're deprived. It's unreal. So if that's something you want to know some more about, just comment below. I am also going to be offering, starting in October, for women that are in business, a virtual co-working event. So if that's something you'd be interested in, comment below and I'll send you a little link for that. So how that's going to work is we're going to start with a little bit of speed networking. Everyone's going to, mention what they're going to be working on during this time. So we'll all be on Zoom and work together on there. And then what I'll do is release any of the emotions that might be blocking you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. And then we'll all go off on our own, get our work done, and then come back together at the end and celebrate whatever we've done. So, you don't have to wait a week to get the work done. You're actually going to go and get the work done right now. So you're really accountable, and it's really focused, good working time. And maybe you don't have some work you want to do. As business women, sometimes putting yourself first is even more important. So if you want to, instead of doing work, you can do self-care. So if there's something, maybe you have a hobby you just never get around to doing, then you can book that time as your self-care hobby time. So something to think about. And if you're interested, again, just comment with co-working down on the comments. Okay, guys, so have a great week. And I will see you again here next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific.